Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the Forge, focusing on the weapons tier list that can completely change your rotations, combat efficiency, and late game dominance. Every weapon has its strengths, weaknesses, and ideal usage scenarios, and understanding them can elevate your gameplay from beginner chaos to mid to late game mastery. From D-tier basics to S-tier destructive options, this guide will walk you through every weapon's stats, mechanics, and strategic applications. So grab your gear, settle in, and let's explore which weapons will give you an edge and which ones are all about learning timing, precision, and rotation control. Before we jump into the tiers, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell to never miss any Roblox guides, tier lists, or strategy breakdowns. Every click supports the channel and ensures you stay on top of the latest tips. Whether you're new to the Forge or a seasoned veteran, knowing how to wield your weapons effectively is the key to mastering rotations, positioning, and enemy control. Let's get into the tiers and find the best weapons for your playstyle. Let's kick things off with D tier. These weapons are the ones you pick by accident, forget to replace, or use only because the game dropped them and you said, idar eder. They're not terrible for absolute beginners, but they offer little power, minimal combo value, and very limited late game usefulness. Starting with the Gladius Dagger. This tiny blade is the perfect example of a weapon that punishes hesitation. Its ultra short reach demands absolute commitment to close quarters play, yet it offers little reward for the risk you're taking. While it can function as a movement trainer, forcing you to weave, duck, and dash like your life depends on it, it simply lacks the pressure potential to threaten skilled opponents. It slices, sure, but it never scares. Now let's move on to the Falchion Knife. The Falchion Knife attempts to bridge the gap between a quick jabber and a mid-range cutter, but ends up failing on both fronts. It swings fast, but not fast enough to compete with superior speed weapons. It has slightly more reach, but not enough to matter when the fight heats up. Players often try to squeeze value from its nimble animations, but the reality remains harsh. Once real damage output is needed, this thing folds instantly. Next is the standard dagger. If the Gladius Dagger felt short, this one feels microscopic. Its sole redeeming factor is speed, but speed alone never wins battles in the Forge. Without meaningful stagger, control, or burst damage, the dagger becomes a panic tool rather than a main weapon. Use it for warm-ups or mobility practice, then drop it before entering any serious rotation. Following up with the hook. Hooks are usually fun in games. This one is fun in the same way stepping on a Lego barefoot is fun. Painful, weirdly specific, and only remotely satisfying when everything magically lines up. The range is bad, the follow-through is inconsistent, and its stagger window feels allergic to reliability. While it has niche meme potential, it never rises above that. Finally rounding out D tier, the Longsword and Crusader Sword. Both of these look like they should perform well. They have decent length, traditional arcs, and respectable weight. But their sluggish animations trap them in mediocrity. They attempt to hit hard, but the telegraphing undermines their power. Their biggest flaw? They fail to dominate either range or tempo. And in the Forge, failing at both is a death sentence. Now we're moving into C tier, home of the weapons that do their job, and that's about it. These are solid for early and mid-game, but they don't have the burst, range, or combo routes to compete with higher tier picks. The Relevator is all about precision and timing. Its moderate swing speed forces players to respect attack windows and commit to proper spacing. While it never unlocks devastating combos, it offers enough stability for controlled engagements. Ideal for early players learning to manage aggression without overextending, but never powerful enough to break into top-tier dominance. Now stepping into the Boxing Gloves, a novelty weapon that punches literally far above what you'd expect from stuffed padded fists. Their stun potential is surprisingly decent, and their rhythm feels more like a brawler-class minigame. Still, the lack of meaningful range and the reliance on pure close quarters pressure prevent Boxing Gloves from climbing higher. Fun? Absolutely. Practical? Only in the right hands. Next comes the Cutlass. Flexible and forgiving, the Cutlass offers a beginner-friendly moveset with a clean horizontal sweep pattern. It's consistent, comfortable, and easy to pick up, yet it struggles to secure kills against advanced opponents who exploit its predictable swing arcs. Think of it as the default protagonist of weapons, reliable but never exciting. Moving on to the Falchion. A slightly improved cousin of its D-tier little brother, the Falchion balances speed and weight more effectively. It doesn't hit hard enough to pressure tanks, but it stays light enough to maintain steady combo strings. It's a perfectly average mid-range cutter, nothing more, nothing less. Finally, in C-tier, the Gladius. The full-size Gladius lands squarely in the middle of the pack. It dents, it chops, it threatens, but it never dominates. The weapon's short to mid hybrid reach works well in tight corridors, but wider arenas expose its weaknesses. It's a stepping stone weapon, one you'll eventually outgrow. Now we get into B tier, where weapons become dependable mid-game performers. They're strong, versatile, and allow players to experiment with creative rotations while still offering survivability. Yes, the meme weapon. Yes, it's actually good. The oversized spoon surprises players with its sweeping reach and chunky stagger profile. Its comedic nature hides the fact that it can force spacing errors and punish greedy pushes. While it lacks the refined kill potential of A-tier tools, it absolutely bullies weaker matchups. Now on to the Uchigatana, a swift, elegant blade that rewards fluid repositioning. The Uchigatana offers clean arcs, fast recovery, and strong hit confirm potential. While it can't overpower tankier builds, its mobility synergy alone makes it a solid mid-tier choice. This weapon teaches discipline. Commit too early, and you whiff. Commit too late, and you get clapped. Next is the Tachi. The Tachi improves upon the Uchigatana with more deliberate slashes and a slightly heavier impact pattern. Where the Uchi is reactive, the Tachi is proactive. Better for players who prefer dictating tempo rather than adapting to it. Still, it lacks the overwhelming raw output needed to break into the highest tiers. Following up with the Double Battle Axe. If you want raw chunk damage without stepping into overkill territory, the Double Battle Axe delivers. Its weighty arcs encourage strong, controlled engagements, and its punish potential is excellent. But because its animations are slower, skilled opponents can outmaneuver it with lightweight blades. Finally in B tier, the Scythe. A stylish Reaper-themed weapon blessed with wide sweeping control. The Scythe excels at zoning and shaping fights, but its internal damage scaling keeps it from true lethality. Incredible spacing tool, inconsistent finisher, high skill ceiling, medium reward. Stepping into A tier, these weapons start dominating mid to late game rotations. They offer high stats, impactful abilities, and excellent synergy with player skill. The Iron Hand is a brutally efficient mid-range brute weapon. It swings slower than lighter blades, but compensates with smashing knockback, excellent stagger reliability, and satisfying punish windows. Players who understand spacing can convert this weapon into a pressure monster. It doesn't quite reach S-tier dominance due to its recovery frames, but it comes close. Next is the Skull Crusher, exactly as violent as the name suggests. Heavy, oppressive, and built for breaking defensive patterns, the Skull Crusher dominates in close to mid-range combat. Its overhead slams create devastating openings, and its weight class punishes sloppy footwork. The only drawback? Commitment. If you swing at the wrong time, you're exposed, praying your opponent doesn't capitalize. Following up with the Hammer. Think of the Hammer as the Iron Hand's louder, angrier cousin. It doesn't offer finesse, but its momentum-based swings can flatten anything that fails to dodge properly. Its stagger chaining is borderline unfair when used correctly. While not as universally adaptable as top-tier weapons, it hits like an industrial accident. Finally, for A tier, the Rapier. Fast, sharp, precise. The Rapier rewards strict discipline and punishes greed instantly. It isn't a sweeper, it's a stab specialist built for players who thrive on surgical hits. While it lacks the crowd control power of larger blades, its one-on-one dominance is undeniable. It just barely misses S tier due to limited versatility. Finally, S tier weapons are the pinnacle of mastery. These are the go-to weapons for late-game rotations, elite combat scenarios, and dominating events. Chaos does exactly what its name promises. Wide arcs, terrifying stagger values, and unpredictable attack chains make this weapon a nightmare to read and even harder to counter. It excels in duels, group fights, defensive plays, and aggressive pushes. You name it, Chaos thrives. There's no wrong way to use it, only painful ways to fight against it. Next is the Dragon Slayer, a weapon forged for complete dominance. The Dragon Slayer is not subtle, it is overwhelming. Massive range, crushing weight, and explosive kill potential make this blade one of the most feared tools in the entire game. Every swing feels like a boss mechanic. Every hit resounds like a verdict. If you can handle its size and commitment, opponents don't stand a chance. Finally, the Great Sword. The Great Sword sits at the peak of the mountain, not because it's complicated, but because it's brutally efficient. The range is exceptional, the weight is immense, the swing arcs shape entire fights, and its combination of pressure, stagger, and finishing power create one of the strongest complete packages in the Forge. There are no gimmicks here, just pure relentless dominance. Wrapping up, weapon choice in the Forge isn't just about raw damage. It's about strategy, timing, and understanding rotations. D tier teaches fundamentals, C and B tier refine timing and mid-game mechanics, A tier prepares players for high-stakes rotations, and S tier lets you dominate every late-game scenario. Experimenting, mastering rotation chains, and understanding each weapon's unique mechanics are key to excelling in all aspects of the game. Every swing counts, every rotation matters, and knowing your weapon's strengths and weaknesses is essential. Use this tier list to guide your choices, practice effectively, and take control of every rotation with confidence. Hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell to stay updated on all Roblox guides, tier lists, and strategies. With this knowledge, you'll be ready to dominate the Forge like a true pro.